Willie D Live.
What's up, family? According to Donald Trump, your president, at his direction, there have been many Middle Eastern leaders murdered. Yeah. And now some of those leaders, well, at least one of those leaders' followers are saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander, because he wants Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka, dead. Dude had a whole scheme since 2020 to get back at Trump through his daughter by taking out his daughter. Let's get into this article in the New York Post. Ivanka Trump targeted for assassination by IRGC terrorists in twisted plot to avenge president taking out his mentor. First daughter Ivanka Trump was targeted for assassination by an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps trained terrorist in a twisted plot to avenge the president taking out his mentor, the Post has learned. Recently captured, Mohammad Al Saadi, 32, made a pledge to kill Ivanka and even had a blueprint of her Florida home, sources claim. The Iraqi national was allegedly targeting President Donald Trump's family in response to the killing of Iranian military chief Qasem Soleimani in a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad 6 years ago. After Qasem was killed, he went around telling people, we need to kill Ivanka to burn down the house of Trump the way he burned down our house. This, according to a former deputy military attaché in the Iraqi embassy in Washington. And there's the would-be assassin right there. There's Ivanka and her dude, Al Saadi, with his leader, Qasem Soleimani, who was assassinated in a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad in January 2020. So Buddy said, we want revenge. I want revenge. They say he had been going around telling people that he was going to kill Ivanka for years. Once again, somebody went to talking about what they was going to do instead of doing what they was going to do and got themselves caught up. What I want to know is how they found out. Because those people, they don't be snitching. So how did they find out that dude wanted to take out Ivanka Trump? And what security measures is Trump taking now to make sure that his precious daughter is safe after he killed all those precious little daughters of Iranians when he blew up their school? You know, one versus almost 200, isn't it something how some people can think that their lives matter more? Like they think that their family life matters more. They think that their child's life matter more than somebody else's child's life matters. Isn't it strange how that happens? The more and more I realize, the more and more I hang around humans and I interact with humans, the more I realize that most humans ain't real talk, fam. Real talk. Most people you meet are takers, not givers. Almost everybody you meet is trying to get something from you, not give you something. Think about that. The majority of people you know right now want something from you instead of trying to give you something, trying to enrich your life, trying to better you, trying to sow into you. They want you to sow into them. They want you to give them something. And this is irregardless of whether you got a lot of money or not. This doesn't have anything to do with celebrity. It's just that most people are takers. That's just what it is. Most people, even when I think back when I didn't have a nickel, when I didn't have two nickels to rub together, most people were takers. And now you look at this situation where Trump is declaring war now. He's like, look, man, he's coming for everybody. Anybody that knew this guy had any idea that this guy was talking about targeting his daughter, he wants them, he want to nip them. Interesting. Now, I just think about how that war was so unjust. Why, how we should have never been in Iraq and Iran in the first place. Iraq either, but more recently Iran, we shouldn't have been there. We had no business there. It was no business of ours. And Trump even admitted and said, hey, I did it to help out Israel. I did it to help out the United Arab Emirates. I did it to help out this country, that country. But what about Americans? Because you're supposed to be American first. I mean, that's your slogan, right? Well, one of your slogans, right? You're supposed to be looking out for Americans first. So it didn't dawn on you that starting an unprovoked war would hurt Americans financially, especially when you are the one who's saying that you are going to give Americans relief at the pump, at the cash register, for their home mortgages and rent. You said you was going to do all of this. These are promises that you made. And by the way, where's that damn stimulus check? We're still waiting on that stimulus check. Where is it? That stimulus check ain't nowhere to be found. I suspect that if he does come through on the stimulus checks, it'll be last minute to try to garner some votes for the midterms. That's the only way. Other than that, you can forget about it. You can forget about that. And I'm gonna tell you something, fam. Americans are just that dumb that they'll fall for it. It's like take a dump on people time and time and time again. Do one thing good for them, and they forget all of your sins, all of your wrongs. They just forgive everything, just like that. Just like that. So, dude want revenge. Now, the question is, because we know that these guys, they don't die, they multiply. So how many more guys are out there thinking just like him? How many more of them are out there thinking that they're going to get at Ivanka? Or maybe there's another one. Maybe there's a guy out there, a would-be assassin out there, that's got his eye on Junior, and then the other one, Eric, and then the other one. Maybe they all got a favorite pick that they want to come after. But all of this is because of illegal policies, illegal actions. Everybody ain't playing. See, Americans are trained. Americans ain't gonna do nothing. Americans are trained. That when Americans go crazy, it's usually over things that they cannot control. They have no control over. And when they do whatever they do, if they go out, they take a gun and start indiscriminately shooting people, it ain't gonna change one thing about the way that the world operates. Take a gun right now, go into a store and start killing people that you don't like or because of their beliefs or their skin color. It ain't gonna change one thing about society. All you did was kill a bunch of innocent people. That's it. But it ain't gonna change nothing. It's not gonna change anything ideologically about America. America's still gonna be what it is, and that agenda is still going to be in place no matter who's in office. Believe that. The agenda is the agenda, and the agenda must take place regardless of who's in office. Everybody ain't playing. Buddy was like, yo, you killed my leader. And now Trump wants to go to war, and I think he just want to kill something anyway. He's a warmonger. So he just want to kill something. He don't care if you kill innocent people. He don't care. So the dude is a ticking time bomb. At any moment, he could just like, you know what? Send some missiles over there, hit them with some drones, hit these people, you know, like push the button. They gave that dude the codes to the nukes. The people who gave him the codes need their heads checked first, because we already know that Trump needs his head checked. We already know that his head is gone. We know he gone. But the people who have given him this power that he has, they need to be checked too. They got to go. They should all be jailed. There is good news though, fam. There is good news. Trump's time in office is coming to an end. His days are numbered. So if you feel a little pain, don't trip. It ain't gonna hurt that long. No more talk.